Hi, my name is Rachel Elder, and I am a therapist and owner of Connected Couples Counseling. Today, the question we're answering that we got from some friends and some colleagues is, what happens when the couple you're working with doesn't stay together? They break up, they decide to divorce in their relationship. How does that impact you as a therapist? And I think this is such a great question. One, because so much of the questions we get are focused on like, what does couples therapy look like? How does it work? Is it successful? What do we do for the couple? And this is a reminder that the therapist is in the room. Whether it be virtual or in person, the therapist is in the room with the couple. And while it is not our life and it's not our choice whether a couple continues on in their relationship, their choices do impact us. We do feel for our clients. So I just thought I'd walk you through kind of my thought process and my experience of doing this work for the last 4 years, how I've been impacted and how it varies. So I think the biggest part is, of course, I am sad when a couple makes that decision. I am in this work because I want to change the divorce statistic. I want couples to find happiness and success and fulfillment together. I don't sit across from couples kind of hoping that things don't work out. That is not my goal. That's not my vision. That's not my mission. And so, of course, I'm sad. I'm sad for the decision process to get there. It's a hard decision. It's a heavy decision. It's not easy to make. And so I'm sad for them. And I feel for them. I know that decision took time and was hard to make. And so I'm sad. I'm sad that the work is going to be ending, that their relationship is ending, and I feel for them. One question I got is, are you ever disappointed in them? And disappointment feels like the most, I don't know, I always think about like what my parents would say they were disappointed in me. It's like the most painful emotional experience to have with someone. So no, one, I'm like anti that because it feels so terrible. But two, I'm not disappointed in them. I want what they want, and I want health and I want goodness for their life. And I do believe that the couples I work with, for them to get to that point and make that decision, it took effort, it took work, it took lots of reflection. And I know that may not be the case for everyone who makes that decision, but I really do believe the couples I'm working with, they come to me because they are struggling. Can this work? Can we grow? Can we change? And I don't think they step into working with me with the thought of, you know what, it's this last ditch effort. I'm just gonna, kind of show up and barely do anything. That can happen, right? There are plenty of couples therapists who might say, like, I have worked with clients like that. But part of the process we have with our couples is that we are screening of, are you willing? Are you open to change and growth? And I know that it's vulnerable to step into changing your relationship, especially when you have high relational distress and you really are ambivalent or uncertain if things can change. And so I'm not disappointed in them. I'm just sad. I'm sad that this is the decision that feels best. I want to honor and respect it, but I know that there is still a lot of growth and work to be done, whether they're in the relationship together or not. I think the other question I got is, do you take it as you failed them as a couples therapist? And I think if I'm human, there are times that I have felt that way. Like, did I not do enough? Could I have done more? Was I missing and not paying attention in ways? I think that's that natural like inner critic we have that's looking to critique us or kind of take us down in some ways. But for the most part, I'm able to differentiate, which is something we teach a lot, and recognize that this choice is about them. It's not about me. I didn't make them make this choice. It wasn't because I didn't pull in this tool or skill or because I missed this component that is the reason they are choosing to end their relationship or get divorced. That decision is not because of me. That is their choice for themselves. And so while that human part of like, I could have done more, I mean, there's plenty plenty of cases in the beginning of really getting to work with couples where I think like, if I would have just had this training then, or if I would have had this understanding of this concept or this skill, I could have helped them more. And I think that's true in some ways. I'm always growing and investing in my education and my learning. And so there are things that I still don't know that could be really beneficial for the couples I'm working with today or have worked with previously. And I know that that's not the whole solution. It's a part of the process. And so, yes, humanly, sometimes I wonder if I failed them or if I could have done more. And that logical, rational brain, I'm able to distinguish that this decision was theirs to make. It is not because I didn't teach them a communication skill or because I didn't do XYZ. It is that this is their choice. This is their autonomy, that they get to decide to take this step for themselves. Another question we got is, do we keep working with couples when they decide to divorce and their relationship break up? And that varies. Some couples choose a process of consciously uncoupling, where they want to actually heal and repair and try to detach from their relationship in a really healthy way that's healing. And some couples that they're not able to do that, that's not of their interest, and that's totally their autonomy and their call. So yes, in some ways, if that is what the couple is seeking, we do step into that with them. It's usually short term. It's a few sessions of really focusing on what did the relationship teach you? How did it positively impact you? What are the areas of growth you have for yourself? What are the hopes and wishes you have for your partner as they journey on in their life apart from you? And it can be a really beautiful kind of offering and gift to each other and the relationship, but you have to be open to it. You have to be receptive to it. And that's just not the case in every relational dynamic, and that's okay. We always want to encourage our couples to try to do that. We want healing and repair as they move on from one another. And there's a lot of work to be done individually as a relationship ends. And there's a lot of hurt and pain that often leads to those decisions, and it doesn't always allow people to step into that work. I want to say though, you can always circle back to that later on, especially married couples. We know that the divorce process doesn't always feel great, and it can be really harmful and painful. And as two people grow and evolve, there's always that opportunity to go back and repair and heal if both parties are open and willing to it. So I just say that because sometimes people are like, it's too late. It's never too late. It's just, are you open to it and are they open to it? And even if they're not open to it, how can you do that individual journey of healing and repair and processing so that it doesn't keep showing up in the other relationships or blocking you from creating a vulnerable, safe, and secure relationship with someone? So those are just a few of my thoughts of what it's like to work with couples and when they decide to end their relationship, divorce, break up. I'm sad. I'm not disappointed. I sometimes wonder if I could have done more, but for the most part, recognize this was their choice. And I always want to help encourage them to do healing and repair in this process of uncoupling if they can. So questions, thoughts, I'm curious what other questions you have connected to this, or if you're a couples therapist, your experience of when couples make this decision. What is it like for you? How do you experience it? And if you have suggestions for the therapist of how they can process it well, put it below, put it in the comments. I think this is such a great place to learn and grow together, and just sharing the wisdom and insight we all have. Until next time, bye.